We have a lot going on in this video, including the formation of enormous agreements with BBVA Ripple Visa. On that, I've got you covered. Following an address by Anthony Pappano regarding the effects of Fed cuts on the markets, we will examine the general mood of the market and our short-term projections. Allow me to go right into a Bitcoin. $4,550, it has increased by 1.23% in the last day. Ethereum is currently up 37% and is approaching 2,631. In the meantime, USDT and USDC hold onto their dollar values while XRP is trading at a mean low of 59 cents. For those unaware, the current value of the cryptocurrency industry is $2 trillion, or $281 billion. Since we are struggling at the range of highs, Bitcoin company may reject or correct at any time. As I previously stated, if Bitcoin breaks out of the local highs of 65K and makes one more push-up under 70 CRV, it may have peaked. We'll look to add back under 24 cents, so he believes Bitcoin may be rejected here. I discussed this story on the show last night. For those of you who are unable to tune into Bitcoin, I will talk about it once more now. It falls inside a range, if I may show you the chart. Here, it's just floating. It hasn't been able to break out of Twitter, and social media settlement is bullish, but 66,000 is that crucial resistance region. If Bitcoin is unable to break out above that $66,000 range and make a run for $74,000, we often see a market pullback anytime we see people anticipating a breakout, Twitter jumping on the bandwagon, and everyone taking these longs. There is a chance we can do a fast retest. It's going to be a brief hit down that doesn't endure long. We move forward. After the longs are flushed out, we're going to go back up. Will you even be able to coordinate it? That is the query. That is still in the works since, in most cases, you can't time this thing if you don't already have pre-orders arranged. It will come to pass in due course. At 64.53 right now, a rejection to the mid to lower 50s is possible. Just something to watch in the cryptocurrency space. 3 noteworthy aspects from Japan's recent interview with Ripple President Monaco were released. She added that our payment service already uses both XRP and stablecoins, USDT and USDC, for liquidity. I believe the announcement that the stablecoin is going live at Swell in just a few weeks will take place in countries or regions outside the US where it already has a license. The first Ripple stablecoin is currently available on Ledger Live, which is pretty cool. It sounds to me like they're not going to use USDT or USDC anymore. Instead, they're going to use their in-house stablecoin, which will bring additional liquidity to the market. This all occurs behind the scenes, so customers don't need to know that we are handling these liquidity mechanisms or that they need to choose moving forward. The XRP ledger, remember, anything that runs on a ledger uses XRP, says that they are also exploring ways to add programmability to it natively. For instance, they and the community believe that Z network hooks have a lot of potential to enable smart contracts on the XRP ledger, which is a fantastic development coming from Ripple and something we received following the Fed cut. The best performing asset with gold and oil, according to Pano, is Bitcoin. F Futures coming in second. He claims that whenever cheap money floods the system, Bitcoin comes out on top. We discussed how optimistic we are about the recuts and cryptocurrency. Pay attention to Pop as he begins to recover and increases his rounds by 50 basis points. The amount of this that is now factored into the remainder of the year is either 64,000 or 63,000 because we know that the cuts will probably continue. Either it will remain level or it will continue to rise and fall. What observations do you have? If we take a look at the Fed interest rate drop, I believe you already know. As of right now, Bitcoin has outperformed gold and oil. Futures are kind of second. There's a new study that just came out from Lynn Alden and Sam Galligan that said Bitcoin is the most sensitive asset when it comes to global liquidity, and so 83%. Of the time Bitcoin moves with global liquidity, it's more than S&P or any other asset, and so if you look at not just the interest rate cuts now, M2 money supply is expanding. And also we have cuts going on in China and elsewhere, and so I think that Bitcoin ends up being a big winner whenever we get kind of cheap money flow of flooding into the system. And it feels like we just went through this big regime change, right? We were tightening, everyone was trying to kind of drain liquidity from the system. Now we're going to go the other way, and so Bitcoin should be a big winner here for the next couple months in terms of the flows, if you will. How much has come in via the ETFs in the past week and a half, and how much has come in direct? Yeah, it's really hard to tell kind of exactly what's pushing the price, if you will, and then also you have to understand that there's a lot of trading that's going on. People are putting on a different kind of cash and carry trades and things like that. And so like how many people are actually buying Bitcoin and holding it for the long term versus how many people are just trying to trade, or well, that's what I'm trying to understand, the sort of hodler version of this. And that was a sort of a specialized community that I assume gets sort of not pushed out. But over time you would think, yeah, if you look expand, and then you're going to get into a more, might actually create some kind of a price discovery in a different way. Yeah, so what's interesting is in bull markets, if you look on chain, basically, you go through a bear market, everyone buys a Bitcoin, they hold on real tight, they don't move it for a year or two, and then as you get into a bull market, price goes up, and there's kind of a clearing, people start to sell their Bitcoin. Into that bull market, we have started to see a little bit of selling of Bitcoin as we kind of broke over $60,000 earlier this year. But still more than 50% of all Bitcoin is being held, for over a year and not moving on chain, which I think is probably the best signal. To ask, no, I wasn't, I apologize, you're a Bitcoin maximalist. So Ethereum, let's stop it there. It's nice that to finally show an XRP, it's on cryptocurrencies right now, and they're not even calling it Ripple. This is a significant move for CNBC. If you look at the prices right now, I believe that we won't be where we are by the end of Q4. This is very positive news. Then we have this. I wanted to show you the tweet, which was deleted, but Visa and BA, two financial institutions that are collaborating, recently announced that Visa is going to develop a new platform that will enable banks to use fiat-based tokens on the Ethereum network. A recent article confirms that NBE's use of Ripple in Egypt with Lulu exchange Ripplet is not remembered. One of the first banks to use this technology is BBVA, which intends to start a test program in 2025. Remember Earthport? Visa and Earthport engaged in a high-stakes bid war. Visa also entered a bidding war with MasterCard. They argued back and forth, each wanting a piece of Earthport or purchasing the entire company due to the significant Ripple connection that Earthport has. However, keep in mind this article, in 2017, BBVA used Ripple's DLT technology to complete its first real-time international money transfer between Europe and Mexico. Real money finished the transfer between Mexico and Spain in a matter of seconds. BBVA is now participating in Ethereum network visas for tokens backed by fiat. Folks, keep in mind that the Ethereum network accepts rent payments from the stablecoin Ripple. I want your attention to be focused on this. Here, something is cooking and something is brewing. This is informing me of that. BBVA and Ripple have been and continue to be partners. Earthport and Ripple are partners. Get your Earthport Visa right away. Visa collaborates with a significant Spanish Ripple partner. Let's see where this goes, because I feel like this is going to get someplace and that developments will occur sometime in 2025. Until then, it seems safe to be outside.